everyone, and welcome to my first studio vlog. So as I had mentioned in my previous video, for those that you haven't seen it yet, I was going to start uploading my art vlogs separately from my main videos, just because not everybody's interested in art and the art process. So I just thought it'd be best to keep it separate. So I just want to say thank you to all of you that are here watching my video today. I really appreciate it. So I was going to show you how to use the Winsor & Newton water mixable oil paints. I'll just show you my process of how I prep and get the canvas ready for the paint itself. And I also will take you on a little studio tour here in our tiny house in Florida. And when I say tiny house, it's actually a big park model trailer with a Florida room or a lanai attached to it. So I have a little art corner that I have claimed as my own for painting at. And third, I was going to just kind of do a little book review of this art book that I had shown in my last video. Sorry about the lighting, guys. It's just wonderful in here. In my last video, I showed you this art book, and it's watercolor, a watercolor book. So it's just lovely. So I just thought I would just do a quick review of that book with you, just to show you it, and we'll just talk about it a little bit. So, but before we get started, I am going to grab myself a cup of tea, and you guys go grab a cup as well, or whatever it is that you like to drink, and I'll be right back, okay? See you in a bit. Okay, so I'm back. Got my cuppa. Hopefully you guys do too. And maybe we'll start with the studio tour first, okay? So like I said, it won't be long, but I'll just show you my setup down here. All right, so here's my little corner. So we're in the Florida room, also known as the lanai, and I've got the little corner here at the front of it. The front door is actually right here. And then I have a window here, and another window just over this way here. But the only thing about these windows is that they are tinted because of the hot Florida sun, so it doesn't allow a lot of light in here, but I've got some extra lights that I use while I'm painting. So what I have set up here is a 6-foot table, and I've got some little storage container under here with some drawers, and then I've got, I think everybody has this, is the art card on wheels. So I have 2 of these at home in my home studio, but sure comes in handy, and it's full. It's storing a lot. So I've got my water soluble oil paints up in here, my golden liquid acrylics, and then my thick bodied acrylics, and then I've got the mediums down on the second shelf, and then just some extra stuff. I've got my art cards in here and just some more varnish and whatnot. And then up top here I've got my lovely monitor. I can watch other artists on YouTube, or just other YouTube videos in general. This is a bag with just all my different art supplies and stuff in it that I take back and forth to my art club. And over here I have my big container of watercolors and gouache, Inktense pencils that I've been using on these. These are wildflower seed cards that I've been working on for a while now, and still haven't got them done. And then what I've done is just I've got extra canvases that I'm hoping to get painted up on the wall here, and I've put up some twinkle lights because I just love the whimsical look of it, and it just makes me happy. And then what I've been using for my paintbrush containers is these tea tins, which comes in really handy. It's wonderful. And I just move on over here. I've got my tripod for filming, and an easel is just sitting up on the side here. And then I've got some storage in these cupboards as well, which is wonderful because storage is at a premium in these small tiny homes. So that's my little art studio, my art corner, I guess, if you want to call it that, but it works. I'm only down here for a couple months at a time, so it's perfect. Okay, so that's it for the tour. Let's move on to the art process. So this is a cradled wood panel that I've already prepared. So here's one I haven't used yet, and you can see that it's marked that it's unprimed, which means I have to prime it with gesso first. So I've already applied a couple of layers to this, and then I let it dry thoroughly. And then I go ahead and I apply a base coat, also known as a grounding, using golden fluid acrylics in magenta. So I like to use either magenta or red. It's just a personal preference. And the next step now is to divide my panel into thirds. Here is the original image on my phone, and you can see I have also divided it into thirds as well. And if I was at home in my home studio, I would probably print off, or no, I would print off an image of this and divide it into thirds. So next, I start sketching the image using the grid to help me with the composition. Using a ruler, I add in the distant horizon line, and then I finish drawing in the rest of the image. So the next step for me is to paint over my pencil lines with the fluid acrylic paint. I prefer to use the dioxazine purple or carbon black. Okay, so now I'm done blocking in the tree itself and some of the darker values that you see in the picture. So I'll just bring you over to the photo here. And you can see like the shadows that are at the base of the tree and then in the branches itself. I'm just trying to pick those up. And some darker shadows down in here. And then amongst the horizon line in the trees in the distance. So that part is done. So everything up to now has been done in acrylics. And now I'm going to switch over to the oil paints. So that's the next step in the process. Okay, so I forgot to hit play before I started applying this. This is the linseed oil from Winsor & Newton Artisan. It's for water mixable oil paints. So what I've done is I've just poured some of that onto the canvas here. And I'm just in the process of spreading it out so that the whole canvas is covered in it. And the reason I do that is that the linseed oil, it helps improve the flow and gloss and transparency of the paint. But really what I like it for is it reduces the drag of the paint and it actually goes on much smoother, I find. So anyways, I'm just going to finish that and move on to the oil paints next. Okay, so there is the linseed oil done. The linseed oil layer. Well, that's a tricky one to say really fast, but that's the canvas all coated in it. So now I can just start going ahead and painting. But I always like this stage because it just looks so pretty, so glossy. Okay. So here are some of the paints or colors I'm going to use. So this is the, just grab the yellow here and bring it up. This is the Artisan, Winsor Newton Artisan Water Mixable Oil Paint. And the nice thing about this is that it cleans up with water, soap and water. That's all you need. You don't need those smelly chirps like regular oils do. I find they give me a headache and a bit of a sore throat, so I don't really like using those. So these are quite lovely. The texture is very creamy, almost butter-like, and yeah, it paints just like regular oils. So that's what I'm going to be using. I'll show you my progress. I owe this style of painting technique to Tim Packer, a Toronto police officer who left the police force to become a full-time artist. I discovered his work a few years ago. I think it was about 2018, and I find his work absolutely stunning. He offers online courses at his website called the Tim Packer Art Academy.
If you like his work, I highly recommend it, and I think the best one to start with is the color and composition because it's a good place to start. I'll leave the link in the description if you would like more information about his technique. Here is the art book I wanted to share with you. It's called In the Forest Watercolor with Me by Dana Fox, who just happens to be an artist from my home province of Ontario, Canada. Inside, every page is printed on premium art paper, detailing the colors she used and the different techniques, such as wet on dry, wet on wet, painting fur, and my favorite, ink and wash. I purchased this book at Barnes& and Noble down here in Florida, but it's also available in Canada at indigo.ca. So I'll leave the links in the description if you're interested.
Hi everyone. So it's the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it was informative. And if you did like it and you'd like to see more, just don't forget to maybe like and subscribe. That would really help my channel. And if you have any questions or comments about my technique or whatever I described in my video, please feel free to leave a comment. And I look forward to making more art videos in the future. So thank you for your time. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.